After 15 hours in Heartopia, I kept asking myself one question: why does this game feel so empty? It has fashion, farming, music, all things I love, but somehow I never felt like I was truly progressing. Hi friends, Bloomable here. Today I want to talk about Heartopia, a game I've spent over 15 hours in. It has been over a month since its release and it has taken over the cozy community. I'll be sharing with you my personal experience. I tried to give it a fair chance, but after spending that much time, I came away feeling frustrated in some ways and only occasionally engaged in others. Along the way, I've also noticed that a lot of other players have run into similar issues, so I'll bring in their perspectives, but the focus here is my own experience. When I first launched Heartopia, I thought I'd enjoy a cozy, relaxing life sim, farming, fashion, hobbies, exploring a charming world. That's usually my type of game. But soon I realized the game doesn't give you a strong sense of direction or progress. You can do tasks, interact with NPCs, and unlock hobbies, but after a while it feels repetitive and empty. This lines up with a lot of what I've read online. Many players describe it as pretty but empty, but I want to stress that this wasn't just a first impression. I genuinely spent hours seeing if the experience would deepen. For me, one of the most frustrating aspects was progression limits. Heartopia ties your growth to your developer's guild member level, which increases only through completing resident requests. But there's a hard limit of 5 per day. I hit this cap after just a couple hours, and at that point, the only thing left to do were wandering, hobbies, or grinding for in-game money. It became especially frustrating when I tried to access an event with the NPC wheel. I couldn't enter until I reached the right level, but at the same time, I couldn't level up further because I had already done all 5 requests for the day. I ended up waiting 2 hours in-game doing nothing meaningful. And I know, technically I could have structured my time differently based on the schedule of the NPC, but I logged in during the only 2 to 3 free hours I had that day. If someone only has a small window to play, this design becomes frustrating very quickly. I've also seen players mention similar issues with timed events and NPC availability feeling restrictive rather than immersive. Another thing that impacted my experience, Heartopia feels like a mobile game on PC. The interface, controls, and progression loops are clearly designed for short, daily check-ins rather than longer PC play sessions. Then there's monetization. Gacha mechanics, limited time items, and premium passes, while technically optional, they make you feel like you can't fully experience everything without spending. For me, this was distracting. Even in a relaxed game, I want progression to feel earned through play, not constrained by microtransactions. Now let's talk about monetization. Heartopia uses a gacha system, and for me personally, that instantly changes how I engage with the game. There are limited time items, game pass style rewards, microtransactions, cosmetics that rotate out, and while technically you can play without paying, it feels like the system is built around FOMO. And the part that bothered me most, there's no meaningful work hard in game to bypass spending route. Grinding doesn't really replace paying, it just slows you down. And many players online have pointed out that it feels more like a mobile game economy pushed onto PC. That doesn't automatically make it bad, but it does change expectations. There's also the AI controversy. Some players discovered that portions of the game, like fashion items or visual assets, were AI generated, which has been confirmed by the developers. Personally, I didn't love that because it made parts of the world feel less handcrafted. Others online share the same feeling, saying it reduces the sense of creativity and personality in the game. Heartopia promotes multiplayer and in-game events as part of the experience, but my experience with them was limited. Some events are blocked by NPC or developer guild level requirements. If you don't meet these conditions, you simply can't participate, which can leave you waiting or idle. Community discussions confirm this. Players often report being unable to start events due to hidden requirements. For me, this reduced the excitement of multiplayer features because I wasn't fully free to join or explore events on my own schedule. Finally, there is a smaller but notable issue with PC permissions. Some players flag that Heartopia's PC version requests network and system permissions that aren't clearly explained. Personally, it made me cautious, and I can see why other players were concerned about privacy and unnecessary access. Now let's talk about the world itself. Visually, it's charming. The aesthetic is soft, cozy, colorful, but after hours in it, I realized it feels empty. There's no strong narrative thread pulling you forward, no sense of achievement milestones, no major story beats. It feels like a sandbox without direction. Some players describe it as relaxing, and I can see that, but for me, relaxing turned into aimless. Now I want to be fair, because there are things I enjoyed. The fashion system is genuinely cool. There's variety, creativity, and self-expression. If this was a pure fashion social sim, I think it would shine more clearly. The building and farming, it's cute, it's cozy, it has potential. The systems themselves aren't that bad, but they're just shallow in progression depth. What left a significant impression on me was the music system. It genuinely surprised me. Being able to use instruments and fellow sheet music to play songs, that's unique, that's creative. That's one of the few systems that felt interactive rather than passive, and I actually wish the game leaned harder into that uniqueness. After 15 hours, my biggest question became, who is Heartopia designed for? Because if you're a PC player who enjoys deep progression, someone who likes long sessions, who values earning over paying, you might feel restricted. But if you log in casually, like collecting cosmetics, enjoy short bursts of play, don't mind gacha systems, you might enjoy it more. I don't think Heartopia is irredeemable, but I do think it struggles with identity. It has charm, it has ideas, and it has aesthetic appeal. But the daily caps, monetization structure, progression blocks, and lack of meaningful forward momentum made me feel like my time wasn't valued, and that's the hardest thing to ignore. If the systems opened up, if progression felt earned rather than rationed, this could be something special. But right now, for me personally, it feels like potential locked behind design choices. I don't regret trying Heartopia, but I wouldn't recommend investing long hours into it, at least not right now. If you're curious, try it casually. But if you're looking for depth, progression, and long-term engagement, you might leave feeling the same way I did, disappointed by potential. Alright, that's it friends. Even though Heartopia didn't quite capture the magic for me, I know many of you might be finding a lot of joy in it. Games are so subjective, and I love to hear your side. If you're enjoying the game, tell me what I'm missing in the comments. Thanks for sitting through my honest thoughts. And if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. As always, stay curious, stay cozy, and keep exploring. Take care!